What's up, you filthy degenerates? Welcome back. Alright, so check it out. We've been putting it off for too long now. It's time to get the subframe back in. And with that, we got some fresh fluids here. AMSOIL 5W30. I've only ever ran AMSOIL in this car. I love their oil. Their oil's great. AMSOIL Synchromesh transmission fluid. This is the go-to for K-Series trans. We got some brake fluid, and of course we have Honda coolant. So that is everything we need to get this motor ready to start, aside from the battery, which we have to wait for the subframe. I've already mentioned that, but whatever. So tonight we're gonna be throwing the subframe in, hopefully getting all the fluids in, and maybe, if we're lucky, we'll be able to start the car. Maybe, no promises. If we try to start it and it doesn't start, well, I don't know if I'll include that or not. I probably will, pretty upfront. But anyways, now on to the big announcement that I talked about last video. See, we got a box there and a bag there, so let's get into it. All right, so our big announcement is we picked up a sponsor. Super cool, never been sponsored before, so this is definitely a learning experience for me, and I'm seeing all the benefits, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. But the company that wants to sponsor us, well, is sponsoring us, is right here, Aerogenics. USA.com. They are a company out of California, and they make a lot of cool stuff, some of which for 8th gens. They also make things for Honda Elements, other chassis, not just Hondas. They have some other platforms on there as well. But what we are going to be throwing in the car today is an Aerogenics shift knob. This is CNC machined aluminum, and I love it. It's not too heavy, not too light, and I want to try out the cylindrical shift knob. I've only ever had the balls, so balls. Anyways, so I want to try this one out. I think it looks great. I think it's going to feel good. Dean has had in his car cylindrical shift knobs like this, and I absolutely love the feel. So we'll be throwing that in tonight, seeing how it does. Send us a sticker. And another big thing we'll be putting on the car tonight, if we have time, is Aerogenics decals. You know, show the world it's sponsored. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, those decals are going to go on the bottom of the section of the door right here on both sides, and I think it's going to look pretty cool. And honestly, I'm super excited to see how it looks. Cool thing about that is once the subframe is in, we can actually roll the car out of here and maybe get to see what it looks like. Maybe not though. We're only gonna have 2 people, so pushing and steering it's probably going to be a major pain in the ass. But from now on, I'll be leaving Aerogenics info in the description. So if you guys want to go check out their website, if you have an 8th gen Honda Element, they're big into like lift kits for like CRVs, Elements, which by the way, I have a CRV. So maybe we'll lift it. That'd be kind of cool in my opinion. But if you guys want to see that, let me know. I'm sure we can make it happen. But yeah, that was a big announcement. If you guys are as excited as I am about it. But without further ado, I'm going to clean up a little bit in here and then we'll get started. All right, first steps first, we got ourselves a box wrench. We're gonna take off this old knob. Not sure what the brand is on this. It is very heavy. Came with the shifter, which this shifter is a TWM short throw. So I think this will pair nice with our Aerogenics shift knob. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that nut off, and then I'll start unscrewing this bad boy. All right, the old one's off. Let's go ahead and throw this bad boy on, and then we'll tighten the lock nut, and then I'll let you guys know how it feels. All right, just like that, it's on there. First impressions, I like it. I feel like I can really like just grab it, you know? Whereas a ball, like you feel like you have to grab it from the top, and then when you have a stiffer shifter, it feels kind of weird when you have to grab like the top of a ball. You feel like you're coming at it at a weird angle. Whereas when you're actually driving, you can come at it from the side and really grab onto it. But I love the way it feels. You can go at it from the top and it still feels fine. The flat kind of rests against the top part of your knuckles there. But I like it. It's black, sleek, looks good. All right, subframe meet car. Car meet subframe. It's going in. As soon as I pick that up. Alright, we're gonna make sure that grommet doesn't come off. But yeah, let's just slide it under and then and we need the jack. Alright. Dean is the formal expert on all things subframe.
I feel like out of all the videos people have seen, I'm only here when the heavy lifting is going on. All right, let's go. Here, lift this up. Yeah.
You need the back end.
A little bit more. Watch your head in case it snaps. Yeah.
Ben looks like he's about to be painted like one of my French girls.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right there.
I'm gonna look inside the car really quick.
Okay. Are these all the same bolts? Except for the 2 short ones, obviously. I think these 4 are the same.
Let's just get a couple long ones out. Okay.
That's rough. A little sketch, but
It's a little
alright.
sketch, but it'll be alright.
Yeah, it's alright.
Are you sure you're going the wrong way?
I know. I think I want to make sure it's not cross
Is
threaded.
it the right size?
Yeah. It's only one size it's gonna work with this sucker. Alright, good.
1 in.
Alright, it's good. Alright,
We should jack the rack up more to make this easier.
I'm not even gonna help. This is entertaining. Jesus.
Fuck the neighbors.
Hell yeah, brother.
Finally, we get to finish the battery relocation.
Ooh, fancy.
20 videos ago. Yeah, for real.
You know we're on like part fucking 17. I believe, yeah.
You have to take the whole thing off.
God, I hope. Fuck me.
Hang on.
So battery box is
Am I
mostly in.
invited to
It's
watch?
tight now. Means we can throw the battery in there. All right. So after much headaches, it's on there for good now. All the bolts are tightened. Now we're gonna go back through all the subframe bolts and try to tighten them one more time just to make sure, be redundant. And then I think we're just gonna go ahead and throw the battery in this thing, because why not? So
We're gonna put the lower control arms back on the.
yeah, we can just real quick. I just want to throw the battery in real quick though. It's just like I'm curious if this is even gonna fit. Like, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to fit OEM batteries, and this is an OEM battery. Well, problem number 1.
Well, to be continued. Yay, it's in.
That was a massive pain in the ass. I don't know if this is the way they designed it. Maybe I have the wrong battery, but it's too tall, and this is like too high up. So we can't get the battery out unless we just drop the whole thing. I hope I never have to do that. Subframe is in the car. Motor mount bolt is tight, and the feed, or I'm sorry, the drain, if you guys can even see that, it's right here. So gotta tighten that all the way, but it's snug. And yeah, so I think next we're gonna throw the hubs on into the lower control arm, and then we'll line up the steering shaft, and then honestly that's pretty much it for the subframe. Like, it's pretty straightforward, so we'll get onto that. So we're probably not gonna start the car tonight. It's really late. This thing will be loud as a motherfucker if we try to crank it over. So we also have massive vacuum leaks. I need to go buy vacuum line that actually fits that. I thought I did, but I don't think we really actually. Well, we have this stuff. That's not very long though. I'll take a trip to AutoZone tomorrow probably to do that. We have plenty of space for the downpipe and the wastegate dump down there, so fabrication should be able to get that handled. Briggs Motorsports, if you didn't already guess, that's my fabricator. But yeah, we're very close to starting it. It'll probably be the next video we start this pig, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw oil in the car, because why not? Everything's tight, or should be, so.
So whenever you put the subframe back in, you have to reconnect your steering column to the actual steering rack. It's going to be under your dash. I'm not sure in a previous video, I think we showed how to disconnect it, but reconnecting process is the same thing. You go down here, it's dark in here so you can't see much, but you have your actual steering column right here that has to go down with this guy and slip onto that rod sticking out back there. Now I had marked it before, and I guess from sitting in the garage and being washed, there aren't many marks, but I actually do see a little white mark on there, so I might be able to use that. But I'll show you guys once I have it put back on, and show you if I need to make any adjustments or anything.
All right, guys. Ooh, 8th gen door problems. Check it out. This is the first time in a long time that this car has power. It's pretty refreshing to hear that sound for sure. Let me show you what I did. So we still have the DC5 creations negative. It's just a little bit big. We'll probably try to work a way to use it later just because it's a beefier ground cable, so it's only going to be better. So we just use the OEM battery ground. So one of the old ABS bolts, I just took some sandpaper and sanded down that part of the frame there. And then it comes down and just plugs right in. So super short, pretty out of the way and simple. So just went ahead and did that. The power cable is also connected. We did use the DC5 Creations power cable, as you know, it's long line, definitely couldn't use the OEM one. So yeah, the car has power, it's pretty cool. Anyways, I think we're gonna pull the fuel pump fuse, and I think we'll go ahead and prime her up. We definitely can't start it tonight, it's too late. Neighbors will get salty, but we can definitely at least prime it for a little bit and get some oil pressure into the engine and the turbo, and that way we can also double check for leaks. So all right, I will get back to y'all as soon as we start to do that.
All right, so back to the steering column. So I got it lined up where I think is right and slid on the sleeve. The way to check this, I find the best way is to put your car, the front end jacked up so you can turn the wheel. So you can turn the wheel freely. Just like so. You have to have your key in the ignition so the steering column doesn't lock. Once you do that, you turn it all the way one way and you take a note on where it stops. So we're right above this lever right there. You want to be able to turn it the other way all the way until lockout and have it in the same exact spot. So right there, you see we are right next to this lever. Now it could be one tooth off. I'm not gonna know probably until the car is on the ground, but it's pretty close. It might be one tooth off. I've done it before on my car and I was one tooth off, but you'll be able to know once you start driving it. But it's pretty darn close. Before, when I was doing it, the wheel was way off. It wasn't lining up both ways, so you'll know if it's off, and you'll be able to figure it out. Big thing when you get done doing everything, let me turn this off. When you get done doing all this and you start driving the car again, you need to do the relearning process. There's a way to do it where you take this part of the dash off down here. There's a plug that you put a jumper in, which you just use a paper clip and you pin it to each side of the plug. And then, I can't remember, you turn the wheel a certain amount of ways, or you turn the key on a certain way and wait, and I guess the steering light or one of the caution lights on the dash starts blinking and you do a certain process. But we'll show you once we get to that. But it's important to make sure you do that relearning process because it is electronic power steering. So it could be messed up where it's harder in certain spots where it shouldn't be to turn, just the feedback. So it's good to make sure you just go back and recalibrate everything. But last thing I'm gonna do is take this little screw right here, and it goes into that column down there, and you screw it in and it locks everything in place. So we just pulled the fuse for the fuel pump so we can prime the system with oil. For those that don't know where the fuel pump fuse is, it is in the driver's side under your left foot. It's hard to see in here right now. Let me get a light. It is right up under here. That fuse panel is. It is the number 2 fuse down there, which is a 15 amp. You'll see it, it's one of the only 15s on there. You pull that, and now once we turn the ignition on, you don't hear the fuel pump turn on, which is good.
X-band.
We also
K-band. K-A band. Laser.
all right, so we're about to prime the system and just make sure there are no oil leaks. Here we go.
Uniden. Uniden.
Kill the battery. Kill the battery. That's your starter. It's stuck, dude. What the fuck? It might just be stuck. That's weird as. Oh my god. Why? Starter just got stuck at engaged. At disengaged?
No, it was disengaged, but it was still spinning.
That's rude.
That's why I turned it back on to see if it would stop. It didn't do that the first time.
I mean, want to try it again? Was it cranking or?
That's the starter cranking.
All right, we're gonna look at this. We'll be back. All right, guys, so check it out. We had that weird issue. I'm gonna throw it in there. I don't know what we did to fix it, but we fixed it. Like, we literally did nothing but like mess with some wires, unplug some things, plug some things back in, and then it started working. So, Dean, go ahead and crank it. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. We're exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm happy we were able to fix that weird issue. I don't know what caused that. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. But essentially what was happening is we would have no key in the ignition or anything. I would touch the negative to the battery, and the starter would just start going, gee, like it wasn't even catching the flywheel. It was really weird. But it's fixed now, I guess. We're going to leave the negative unplugged so the car doesn't catch on fire overnight. But yeah, I think what's next is I need to fix the oil feed because it's like touching the manifold. I'm just gonna fuck with it later. I don't really feel like messing with it right now. It's really late. Yeah, we should definitely be starting it next time, so long as we don't slack or nothing, but it's getting close.
You're good there.
But you gotta wish us luck or else we have weird intermittent issues like that. I can't believe that shit happened. That's so weird.
I've never had anything like that happen.
That was a really weird problem to have. And that starter's like brand new. Like everything's new. The charge harness is even new. Like, it's just really weird.
The starter was acting like it was getting direct power from the battery.
Yeah, it was.
Just direct. Nothing in between. And then it just stopped.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, I don't know if this is going to be the end of the video or not, but you'll find out in a couple seconds. So, peace. What's up, everyone? It's a new day. So, part of the package that Aerogenics sent me, it's some details to go on the side of the car. So we're going to do that to both sides right quick. And I'm absolutely horrible at doing stuff like that. I always mess it up. So the girlfriend's helping me out a little bit. But yeah, I'm hoping we can start the car tonight. Once she's done with that, I think we're going to take a trip to AutoZone so we can get some vacuum line. So that way we can hopefully start the car up, make sure we wired the injectors properly, and we won't have any massive vacuum leaks. So yeah, probably not gonna film much. I'll just get back to you whenever we finish this up. So yeah, see you guys in a minute. All right, update time. Check it out. These were the decals I was telling you guys about. I think it looks sick. This is what Aerogenics does when you're sponsored by them. Kind of rock their stuff on the side of the car. And it is, of course, on this side as well. And yeah, other than that though, I just threw on the hood latch and plugged some stuff in. I rerouted the oil feed line because that had to happen. As far as what we're gonna do next today, this needs to go back in the car. And let's see what else. Yeah, we're about to run AutoZone to do this. We'll probably do this next. Probably do that later. That's not really all that important for now, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'll pick up the camera again once we come back and we figure out how to route these lines. All right, so just go back from AutoZone. I routed these lines. This one goes to the evap. This one goes to the brake booster. So honestly, we should have no more vacuum leaks, I don't think. So theoretically, we could start the car now, but we've run out of time. So I think we'll save that for next video. So yeah, sorry to cock tease you, but sucks to suck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll be putting it back the rest of the way back together here very shortly. Maybe in a week or two. We'll see how everything goes. But like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.